you won't stink.
Welcome back here to the weekend edition of What's Cooking Today, the nation's food, wine, restaurant, travel, and entertainment show. Michael Horn with Eric Hines.
And Michael, right now we have Samantha Busch. You might know her husband, NASCAR Champion Kyle Busch, and no one knows better how to maintain a work and family balance than she does. But also, she's going to give us some great tips on how to stay fit while living on the road. Samantha, welcome to the show.
Hi, how are you? Thanks for having me on.
Samantha, great to have you. Yesterday a sad day for us here at CRN. Our buddy Bob Miller, the Hall of Fame voice of the Los Angeles Kings, retired, and he's going to call a couple more games and then hang them up, take his skates off because he wears them when he calls the games. And his lovely wife Judy was up there at the press conference. Usually you don't see her. We're glad you're here with us because, come on, we always talk about NASCAR, and it's the number one racing, number one sport across the country as far as people viewing and watching and loving it. But we don't talk about the background. You guys, we don't realize this. You're living on the road in a trailer most of the year, aren't you?
Well, we travel 38 weeks out of the year. We're on the road Thursday through Sunday. So basically our season runs from about Valentine's Day till Thanksgiving. But you know what? It's awesome. It's a great family community. We get to go to some fun places, like we're in Atlanta this weekend, and we're excited for the race. And Kyle's got some Snickers Crisper on the car, and he's hoping to take it to victory lane.
Yeah, we hope so too. We're going to be rooting on Kyle, I'll tell you. So it's fun. 38 weeks out of the year. You're there Thursday through Sunday, and you're in a trailer, correct? Like a mobile home that you're driving around, right?
Yeah, it's a motorhome, so we fly in and out to the tracks, and then we have our motorhomes there. So honestly, it's not bad. It's, like just having a house on wheels, and we've got all our stuff there, and we bring our young son. He's almost 2, so he travels every weekend with us, so it's great. We get to have a great balance of traveling, being together as a family, and supporting Kyle as he races.
So not to pry, but I mean, what goes on in the motorhome? Do you dine in? Do you go out for food? I know you got to focus in on the race or something, but what's it like? What's it kind of take us out there so we get the feel of that, to be a NASCAR family on the road?
Well, it's a little bit of both. I love to cook, so we're, a lot of nights that we'll just stay in. Plus, I don't know if you guys have kids, but a 2-year-old at a restaurant, you know how that goes sometimes.
Boy, I do.
Oh, yeah.
It's hit or miss. So it's great, though, because all the other families travel. There's a church group that travels with us, that they have a whole toy area for the kids, so they get together and play. So, it's just a really great community feel, and honestly, it's I think my 9th full year on the road, and our son's been coming on the road since he was not even a month old, so you just completely get used to it.
Wow, so the 9th year on the road, and that's good. So you kind of maintain, how do you do the maintenance of work and family balance? Because you guys had a thing, too. It was hard for you to conceive your son, and so you've kind of put a group together to kind of help others in this, haven't you?
Yeah, so we tried for years to have our son, and we were very unsuccessful, and so we met with some doctors in Charlotte who told us that IVF was our only option, and so we went through the in vitro fertilization process, and we had our son, and we just really felt like we went through it for a reason. So at first on my blog, I just talked about it and put it out there for women, so those that were going through the very emotional, hard journey kind of knew they weren't alone if they wanted to talk to someone. And then Kyle and I prayed about it and talked about it, and finally we started the Bundle of Joy Fund, where we help couples in Charlotte actually pay to go through IVF, because most people don't know it's about $20,000 a round.
It's expensive.
So it's a super high number, and families are already dealing with so much stress. So to date, we've helped 13 families, and we have 9 babies born through the fund.
It's called the Bundle of Joy Fund, and it helps families in need of IVF treatments. This is fabulous news. So, and what's the website for that?
You can find all the information on KyleBuschFoundation.org. We have a whole write-up there, and it's great. We've got NASCAR has the best fans in the world, and so through their support and through other auctions and whatnot, we've been able to raise a lot of money and help a lot of good families.
So when you travel around, it's probably you're doing a lot of community efforts in each of the areas you go, all 38 weeks over there. You say you cook inside, as you're in the mobile home and everything. What do you got? What's the typical meal, or do you kind of eat on the run and the go? What do you do?
Well, I'm Italian, so I like to cook pasta, and I love Mexican food. And actually, one thing on the go that we love, it actually ties back to Kyle's race sponsor this weekend, which is Snickers Crisper. They're perfect. They come in these little square bites. There's 2 to a pack. They've got the peanuts, the caramel, the chocolate, but then they got some crisp rice in them. So Kyle has one, I have one, because literally, he's going, and there's only maybe a few minutes in between, and so we both pop one of those in and keep going. Samantha
Busch is here, and she, along with her husband, Kyle Busch, of course, famous racing couple across the country. I want to tell you, I want to talk out of school, but I'm no Kyle Busch, Samantha, but I do, in my glove box of my CRN mobile, I have a plastic bag, and I put in things such as the Snickers Crisper bars in there. When I get tired, I eat them. Kyle doesn't do that during the race, does he? When he's going around there and maybe getting a little groggy because he had a late night in the trailer with you or something, and does he reach into the old glove box of his car there and pull out a little crisper bar and kind of spike himself back up to energy?
Usually we give it to him before the race and after.
He doesn't do it while he's driving?
No, I mean...
Grab the wheel with one hand when he's making one of those turns there and eat one of those? He doesn't do that?
Yeah, you mean 200 miles an hour with another car? Like
that's what I'm saying, Samantha. That's what I'm asking.
We feed him the Snickers Crispers before and after.
Okay, that's good and much safer.
Good advice. Yeah,
we love you, Samantha. You got to come back again soon, and good luck this weekend to you and Kyle. Where can we get more information? Do you have a website?
Yeah, I have a website. It's SamanthaBusch.com, and on there, for any couples that are going through the infertility struggle, there's a lot of just the background of Kyle and I, what we went through there. There's some great recipes of Mars candy products and, some stuff about traveling, being a mom, having a toddler. So it's got a little bit of everything.
And will you ask your husband if I can ride in the back seat at the next race?
There are ride-alongs, and I went from...
Thank you.
CRN listeners, when you come to Southern California, stop by a great restaurant, the Dresden Restaurant at 1760 North Vermont Avenue in Hollywood. Enjoy great entertainment, like the music of the legendary Marty and Elaine at the world-famous Dresden Restaurant. The Dresden was the location for the making of the movie Swingers. Now you can swing with stars Marty and Elaine. Plus, enjoy great food, too, like French onion soup, artichoke hearts, and many other great appetizers. Seafood, there's